really enjoy your show. It's really chill and calm and relaxed. It's not like all these other shows, podcasts you have on that talk wrestling. Really enjoyed it today. So yes, we'll talk in NXT. We'll touch on Impact on Pop. A lot of it is more of a big show for NXT next week, as well as Impact on Pop, because that's their what's their the show called again, Dave? Do you know? I can't remember. Redefined, right?
Yes, Redefined.
Yeah, Redefined. So that'll be their show next week. That's where we see Brian Cage taking on Phoenix. We also see the triple threat match between Tessa Blanchard, Ali, and Sue Young. And then we get also Austin Aries and Killer Cross taking on Eddie Edwards and Moose. So that should be
honest, the real match looking forward to, I think everyone is Cage and Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, that should be a really good match. And we'll touch more on that when we get to Impact. So let's touch on NXT first, where we saw the return of Bianca Belair. And also, we saw the debut of your favorite, Deonna Purrazzo.
Yes, sir.
She did take the loss, but she did look pretty impressive last night. What are your thoughts of the match? And does it look like Belair is next for that NXT World title?
More than likely, everyone seems to love Belair. I mean, I thought Deonna Purrazzo looked great in that match too. So I mean, at least they let her get some offense, and it just wasn't a squash match. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I think she looked better than Belair in that match. I think she outshined her, honestly, because you take away Belair's hair, what else is she? I mean,
wow.
I mean, because all she got popular from the Mae Young Classic because she would beat the girls with her hair, and that was it. That's what got her noticed, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I thought the match was good. I would have liked to see Deonna go over, but of course she's not going to go over everyone's favorite, the crown jewel.
Yeah, of course. And Doug's fan in here, I think, agrees with you pretty much. He says Purrazzo needs a push. Purrazzo is better than that Belair chick. Adam Baum also says that's because Purrazzo is amazing. So a lot of high praise for Purrazzo. I haven't really seen much of her. I really can't comment too much about her. But no, she turned down Bob Baruski. She turned down All In. She turned down All In to sign with WWE. That's what I read online. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard, that she turned down All In and signed with the WWE and everything. Yeah.
And can you blame her? Because I think we talked about this, Tony. I think you said it, even tweeted about it, that, hey, she turned down All In for this. Are you guys surprised? I think you asked that. Like, no, why? She should do it. It's good for her. I mean, she's been busting her ass ever since she started. To finally get a break like this is awesome. So good for her.
Right. Exactly. And it's not like she got squashed by Bianca Belair. She shined. It's obviously not her time yet. But they did say that she was the hottest free agent out there, and they were really building her up to be this maybe upcoming star in the next couple. I mean, I wouldn't say a couple of years, but I'll say the next couple of months. Once probably Kairi Sane and a couple of other ladies get moved up, but she looked really good. Like I said, I don't know much. How is she on the microphone?
I think she's okay. I mean, see, in Ring of Honor, she didn't really cut a lot of promos in Ring of Honor because that's not what it's for.
Right.
Yeah, she's dating the villain.
Okay. Oh, she's dating the villain? Okay. All right. There you go. Maybe she can get the villain to come up and hop on the WWE train as well. I know a lot of people wouldn't want to see that, but she's going to be someone to watch out for. Okay. I believe you guys. So then we get the clips from NXT TakeOver, pretty much showing interviews that they had post after the show was over. I don't know if a lot of you keep up with it on NXT after the shows are over, but they do a lot of these interviews. A lot of these interviews I already have seen. Like I saw the EC3 one, I saw the Velveteen Dream one, the Ricochet one was another one. They were just rehashing interviews that they showed after the show was over. Oh, go ahead.
I would say that's funny because they release all these interviews on YouTube, and then, oh, cool, the fans want to watch them, and then on NXT they spent like half the show showing interviews, the same interviews they already showed. So
right,
why release the interviews on YouTube if you're just going to show them on NXT?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair point. Maybe they didn't think about it at the time. And and they thought maybe as many people don't check out the Twitter or the YouTubes
I,
after the shows are over.
or maybe many people don't check out NXT always, right after the show. So maybe they want to get these interviews on there. People want to see them.
That is very true. So they showed the Velveteen Dream interview. They showed the EC3. Basically, EC3 after his match says that there are two guys seeking the same thing, but on the night he was the better man. EC3 also said he's here to get victory after victory, and being the top 1%, it's his mindset. He knows all the matches he's lost, they aren't over until he wins, and that's the kind of mindset he has. And that's when they touch on the whole backstage attacking of Aleister Black, and then EC3 also mentions Lars Sullivan. So maybe that's what EC3 is going to be given next, is to Lars Sullivan. All I can think of out of that feud is at least EC3, I would assume, would get the win out of that. Any thoughts on EC3 and his up-and-coming feud possibly with Lars Sullivan?
I hope he actually wins. I mean, jeez. And we got to talk about the person on the roof.
Yes.
That they talked about. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yes, we'll get to that. Next, we did have a backstage interview with Ricochet, kind of touching up on his victory over Adam Cole on Saturday night, where he became the new North American champion. And that's when we see Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly stroll up saying Ricochet doesn't need to run his mouth about Cole. And that's when Pete Dunne kind of walks up into the screen. And then we get some interesting stuff happen after that. And that's when Ricochet kind of says thank you to Pete Dunne, calls him his mate, says that he's not his mate. He just doesn't like those other guys. And Ricochet is carrying around a piece of gold that he wants. And when I said that, boy, did my ears perk, because of a possible, I don't know if these guys have wrestled before. They probably have. But a Pete Dunne and Ricochet match would be absolutely insane. Talk about different styles of wrestlers. I think that match would be very, very good. But your thoughts on this little segment, Dave, and do you think Pete Dunne is going to possibly drop that title? Maybe he just drops it himself, just says, I'm tired, I want to move on. Thank you, Jeffrey Cross, for the super heart.
Maybe. I mean, anything's possible, I guess. I just don't see that happening, just because I think they're going to use Pete Dunne as the face of NXT or NXT UK, which we got another commercial for that last night as well, about it's coming soon to the WWE Network. I'm assuming that's what they mean. But yeah, I think he's going to continue to be the face until they get that brand off and going, and then maybe drop it and maybe move up to Raw or SmackDown. Maybe not just move up to NXT,
Thank you, Round Graph, for these super hearts. Really do appreciate that. Bob Aruski touching on something that he read in a spoiler that about a heel. He's pissed off. Oh, God. It's not something I want to read. But thank you guys for not spoiling these spoilers that are going around. Trust me, guys, if you haven't known already, I'm sure you do. NXT are doing their new tapings this week. Or I know at least tonight some of them are being done. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't want to be surprised, stay off Twitter. Or stay off anybody that will spoil it for you. I had to mute one guy because I saw he was there live tweeting it. I was like, really, motherfucker? You're going to live tweet while you're there? You can't warn people that you're going to be going live and doing that stuff. But anyways, we had also the backstage footage, and they came out with some extra footage. I don't know if you saw this over the weekend, but they showed some more footage, and it's a little bit more of a zoomed-in footage of someone possibly on the roof. Well, gosh darn it, guess who it was, everybody? No, it wasn't someone debuting. It wasn't Matt Riddle or Keith Lee or anybody like that. It was Nikki Cross. Good old Nikki Cross is on the roof watching everybody beat the shit out of each other and or like be all crazy, wondering who attacked Aleister Black. So the culprit remains a mystery. We still have no idea who the culprit is. I'm sure tonight or when they're doing their tapings, we'll find out. Dave, your thoughts on this little thing and any idea who it could be?
Not really. I think they're gonna do something where they're gonna twist it up, or They're actually gonna give us a reveal on this. Actually, I think the way they keep hyping this up, I think Nikki Cross is gonna be a suspect they want to talk to, see what she knows. So, because if she was standing on the roof, maybe she's seen what happened.
Right.
You know, thing. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they want to go, I mean, if they want to say Lars Sullivan did it, that'd be interesting. You know, just because he did break his jaw, basically. If they want to play that route, so I mean, you could do that for revenge. He took him out, but man, it's gonna be interesting. See what they do with this.
Are
I mean,
you
not
interested? Are
that
you
it,
interested in
not
this little
you
storyline
know.
right now?
Now that I say that, no. I mean, honestly, I could care less who beat him up. Honestly, I don't really care.
Wow. I do kind of like it because it shows that they still have Aleister Black in their main focus.
What
Because
are we
usually
gonna
when
have?
come on, usually when someone gets hurt, they're kind of forgotten in the mix. Like they could have easily just thrown Aleister Black out of this whole storyline of getting hurt. He got hurt. Oh well, we got to move on. And they could have just. I know the sole focus was on Gargano and Ciampa, but this was also thrown into the mix. It wasn't like Aleister was forgotten. Kind of like Finn Balor. Like Finn Balor was kind of forgotten after he had to give up his title because of injury. Aleister Black was not. They kept mentioning him, and now there's a storyline around why he's hurt. I'm not exactly sure how long he's supposed to be out for. I'm assuming he'll be back for War Games. Like I'm assuming that this storyline wraps up by then. That is true, Adam. That is a good point. That's a valid point. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, if that's the case, then if he's back by War Games, then they might as well make
That's
it
true,
someone from Undisputed Era who did it. Then you might as well go that route because then that could be the person they go after. I mean,
Bobrovsky and Adam Baum make some good comments there. They said he was forgotten before the injury, and Bobrovsky says, "Hell, NXT is remembering him more now than his title reign," and that's true.
Yeah. I mean,
it's hard to disagree with you on that.
You could say that about both. You can say that about both people. Actually, I mean, look at Shayna Baszler as well too. I mean, her title reign really wasn't that good because she didn't really face too many people. I mean, look at her run. I mean, she was in a run that was the worst women's division at the time since they started. Since Bayley and Sasha was there, this is like the worst women's division they've had.
Yeah, and hopefully they're going to start bulking it up soon. And
well, I think it is, but I mean, Shayna's probably gone now in the next few months or whatever. Maybe stick around for a few more months, but honestly, I think she's probably on her way out.
Yeah, you would have to imagine that she's probably on her way out. They show another video package of Zach Gibson, kind of getting you a little bit familiar of who he is. And then we get the Shayna Baszler interview we got from Saturday night after the show was over. If nobody saw it, she basically kind of said what I said on the show on Saturday, that she kind of blamed it on herself. She said that Kari didn't beat her. She lost. Kari's skill didn't get the win. She lost. Baszler says she's better fighter, not Kari. Or Kari, excuse me. So basically Baszler is blaming it on herself, saying that she kind of slipped up and Kari doesn't deserve this win. And I mean, I'm just saying she's making a good point, but it's looking like there is going to be a for sure rematch down the line. So that should be interesting to see. Any thoughts on that, Dave?
Yeah, I think, of course, everyone's seen it on YouTube or somewhere because Ronda Rousey was in the video, so I think that definitely got people watching it anyway, so when they were all just standing there. But, yeah, I mean, also it was forgot to really mention this at all, but Shayna Baszler was tweeting during SummerSlam when Becky turned, and she's all like, well, I guess you guys aren't really so much four horsewomen, really, are you? But she means some lines of that, so... I mean, so it's going there. It's not going to happen probably now, but...
They're definitely teasing it. They're definitely teasing it so you don't forget about it. That's for sure. Of course, there has to be a rematch. Doesn't every title get a rematch? Hint, hint, wink, wink, yeah. Yeah. I avoided it because I was interested in it. Oh, are you talking about spoilers? Okay, good. So let's go to the main event of NXT, which was Zach Gibson taking on Pete Dunne. And boy, this I don't know much about Zach Gibson. I'm sorry?
This makes no sense to me at all. Why is he facing Zach Gibson, the guy he already beat at the UK NXT or whatever you want to call it, at the United Kingdom King of the Ring or whatever the hell it was, the UK tournament? There you go. Why did he face him again? He already beat him once. Why not bring up someone else from that division to face? Because he beat him that night, and then what? A few months later, he has to fight him again.
Well, maybe they don't want maybe some guys on that roster to take particular losses yet, maybe, and they know that Zach Gibson may not be doing much, so he's okay to take another loss. It doesn't hurt Zach Gibson taking another loss because
I understand why they did it. They're just trying to showcase the UK because they want to know that there's a new show coming. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very strong style match. I mean, Gibson hits hard out there. I really enjoyed this match. Pete Dunne does get the win. He's 450-plus title reign has continued. It doesn't look like this guy's going to lose the belt anytime soon. That's why I'm thinking maybe he just says, fuck it, no one can beat me. I'm just going to drop the title and go after the bigger titles in NXT.
I think he'll drop it, but not anytime soon. I think they're going to.
Why would he tease with Ricochet already off the bat? Why would he already mention that he wants that title?
Maybe because they're going to do it like that. And say he did beat Ricochet. Then you're going to have the NXT North American Championship over on the UK show. How cool would that be? He would have 2 titles over on that show. And he would go back and forth, defending it on NXT TakeOver, or the TakeOvers of the NXT shows, plus defending it in the UK.
Oh, Red Sox fan is taking a kayfabe hiatus right now. He'll be back. I don't know, man. It just seems like it's time for Pete Dunne to get moved up. He's had his nice little run as the UK champ. I think he's done everything that he possibly can for that show. Time for them to build up some new blood on that show, and that's maybe what the UK show is going to be all about, building up new people, building up new stars, other than just it being surrounded mostly around Pete Dunne. And I think that's what makes the show a little bit better. It can't just be all about the dominance of Pete Dunne, because to me, it doesn't look like anybody could beat that man right now, at least on that roster. And why not have him move up to the main roster, the main NXT roster, and let's see him go after that North American Championship. They did, speaking of Pete Dunne, mention that he will be teaming up with Ricochet to take on Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong next week on NXT. So that should be a pretty solid match itself.
Is that going to be Florida, or is that going to be from Brooklyn?
That's going to be from these upcoming tapings. Yeah. So I think this taping is happening tonight.
Because I know he's also going to be involved in the UK tapings, teaming with Tyler Bate again, facing somebody from the UK thing. So I know they're recording that up.
Yeah, these tapings are all tonight. So what we're seeing, what they're taping tonight will be shown next week. So stay off the spoilers, everybody, so you can be surprised next week when we find out what happens on NXT. Also, they showed Matt Riddle signing with the NXT show tonight and tomorrow. Okay, no wrestling spoilers at all to anyone new here. Yes, thank you, Doug's fan for life for that little warning for everybody. The tapings happened already. It happened, and boy, oh boy, you'll enjoy it. Okay, that's all I needed to hear. So it's kind of hard to rate NXT last night because it really wasn't much of a show. I mean, we had 2 matches. So to be fair, I think for what it was worth, it was at least it was a good show, I think, right? Dave, we'll get your rating first. What is your rating for NXT from last night?
I'll give it a 2, I guess, because I'm sorry, all those stuff we've already seen 100 times on YouTube or wherever else, Twitter, wherever you've seen it. I mean, to me, it takes away from the show really to be able to get into the show because you're getting a bunch of replay backstage interviews. The 2 matches they had were good, but it just wasn't really doing it for me too much last night. I watched this live.
Yeah, and I think for the most part, I told Dave this before the show started, that kind of what Bob Aruski said in the chat room, that mostly NXT Takeover shows after the takeovers are like this. They're never that great because you get the matches that they have before the takeover, so you're getting that Brooklyn crowd or wherever crowd they're at, and you're going to only get maybe a match, maybe two matches, because that's all they have before the show actually starts. So you're going to get that, and you got what it was, and then you got a lot of post-show stuff with Velveteen Dream and EC3, and then the Aleister Black stuff, and basically the new Road to War game starts next week, so that should be pretty fun, and I'm excited for it. But go ahead, Dave.
I was gonna say, man, they should really combine 205 Live with NXT and just make it like one show, because I think it would help out both shows. You'd have more talent, have more people to work with, because 205 Live just really isn't doing much for a lot of people, and because no one's really going there to see it.
Yeah, why not just? When did EC3 get his eye jacked up? Was it the elbow drop? Did he?
I thought it was
because I don't know, because it looked like he got busted open after the elbow drop. Like maybe Velveteen hit him with the elbow drop and then came down on his eye with his fist.
That's what I thought. I thought, when he hit him with that super kick when he was between the ropes, that's what it looked like it happened to me, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I got to check it out again. But yeah, he got a nice little shiner there. So it'd be interesting to see what we get from EC3. A little bit worried about him at the moment. But if he gets Lars Sullivan, I would assume he's going to be getting that win. But a lot of people, BX Bomber, I agree with you on 205 Live. They do have some good stuff every now and then. But why not just combine 205 Live and NXT? Just make the show 2 hours long. I don't know how great 205 Live is doing audience-wise or even viewage-wise on the network. But if it's not doing too great after 2019, why not just combine both shows, make it damn NXT 2 hours?
Yeah, how are they going to do it next? I mean, yes, I know we're not going all on WE, but think about next year. SmackDown's going to be on Fridays next year on Fox. So how are they going to do that with 205 Live, It won't be come on Tuesdays no more.
Okay, all right. Yep, fair point. So I'm going to give NXT a solid 3. Wasn't bad, wasn't great. It was watchable. Like, it wasn't like a show that you would just turn off. It was decent. It was a decent watch to where you didn't waste your hour sitting there and watching the show. So, well, I'll just leave it at that. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of the show tonight, which was Impact Wrestling. I know everybody is mostly in here to talk Impact. Yeah, Adam Bomb, basically so you can catch your breath and get ready for the next coming Road to War Games, because that's coming up very, very soon. Very, very soon, believe it or not. I mean, just think about it. Just think about it, everybody. Not so long ago, we were just talking WrestleMania. And now SummerSlam just freaking happened. How crazy is that? How time freaking just zooms by. Like, it just seems like the other day we were talking WrestleMania, and now we're going to Hell in a Cell. It's just
but War Games isn't just around the corner. I mean, it's like 3 months away. So
I say that now, but soon it's going to be October, and we're going to be talking Evolution and not Hell in the Cell. What's the October pay-per-view? Is there even a WWE October pay-per-view?
I think it's just the Women's Evolution pay-per-view, and that's it.
Just the women's pay-per-view. You've got Bound for Glory as well, yeah. So you think about it, yeah. Things seem far away. Look, All In is at the end of the month, and that seems far away, and that's coming up very soon. That's just crazy. Like, it's just how crazy time flies in in the wrestling stuff. Go ahead, Dave.
Next week is All In. Next weekend.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, it's amazing how time flies. So let's go to Impact on Pop. Next week, guys, it's a huge show for Impact. I'll tell you what, we got the pay-per-view. It's a pay-per-view worthy show just by matches alone. We got Brian Cage against Phoenix for the, what's it called? X Division Championship.
really quick, the Australia show. So that's basically their big October show, Australia. Someone just said that in the chat.
Oh, right. Thank you. I think that was Mass Fan. Thank you. Yeah, the October Super Show and then Evolution. That's good. October is a huge month for WWE if you think about it. It's a huge month, and you got the Mae Young Classic too. Damn.
You know, wrestling in general, October is going to be good because you got Bound for Glory, you got the Australia pay-per-view, you got Women's Evolution at the end of the month. So, I mean,
Got Jericho Cruise if you're going on the Jericho Cruise. So, Ali, if you are a wrestling fan, you are living it up right now. So, we had. Let me go to this week's.
Crazy Eddie.
Yeah, we had good old Crazy Eddie start the show off. And I just cannot get behind Crazy Eddie with him screaming on the microphone. He basically said nobody could go through everything he has and come out the same way, and he loves the man he came through it all. That being said, Edwards said he had a dream of smashing Aries and Killer Cross with a kendo stick. Then he invited him to join the ring, and that's when we saw Aries and both Killer Cross come down to the ring. And they were giving Edwards a nice little number because it was 2-on-1. And then we get the return of Moose. He's been out of action, at least off of TV, since Slammiversary. So recovering from a concussion. They haven't mentioned it on the show. And it looks like Eddie Edwards and Moose are back together as a friend. So they also announced later that night with Austin Aries and Killer Cross in a nice little promo between the two, challenging Eddie Edwards and Moose next week on Impact. Your thoughts on that, Dave? Are you excited for that?
Excited is the strong word, but I mean, yeah, good to see Moose back again, I guess. So good for him. I mean, I'm not really excited for it, no, but it's interesting now that they're kind of changing Killer Cross up a little bit. Doesn't it seem like that? Because Eddie basically beat him down pretty good for a minute, and then it's like, wait, you're making him unstoppable. Now all of a sudden, Eddie Edwards took him out really quick.
Yeah, he was like the other day was just taking the abuse like it was nothing, and tonight he was actually feeling pain for one. So, yeah,
it was kind of odd doing there. But I mean, it was funny how they did it. You know, the whole throw the kendo stick at Cross and he decks Aries and all that. So,
are you excited for this Eddie Edwards? It looks like it's a different side of Eddie Edwards now.
I mean, I'm excited for the guy to get creative freedom, be able to do something different instead of being the same old boring good guy babyface. You know, it's a different change for him. You know, so good for him. I think they're trying to experiment with what they had create success with Matt Hardy. You know, they're trying to let people go out there and do whatever they want and do something different. So that's the only part I like is the fact that he's able to try something new. But it's not really working.
Okay, all right, fair point. I mean, some people are enjoying the Crazy Eddie. I see Bob Aruski, Adabomb, they're liking the Crazy Eddie, but I don't like it. I mean, I don't mind the character. Just keep him off the microphone.
He just seems like he's trying to be Sami Callaghan.
Oh, and I just don't like him yelling. That's it. Other than that, Eddie Edwards is fine. I don't mind him. I didn't really care for his kind of psycho run, but that was just me. But him on the microphone and yelling, I just don't like it. It just annoys me. But that's just me. But
it seems like Eddie's not really trying to be someone different. It seems like he's kind of transforming into Sami Callaghan. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, we'll see how he is because he's more tame now. After you can see allowing even Moose to put his hands on him. So let's see what's next with those two guys, and if Eddie Edwards actually treats it as a serious tag team, or does he betray Moose? We find out next week. And it's also something that happened to me, so I know exactly how it'll be. Oh God! And stop making out with your kendo stick. Yeah, goodness gracious. So next we got Matt Sydal taking on Zachary Wentz. Matt
His
Sydal
brother?
yeah, Zachary, yeah. Carson Wentz's brother, yeah. Your thoughts, Dave? I thought he did pretty well out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who he is. They kept calling him the internet darling, so I never even heard of the guy, but maybe other people have in here. But, I mean, I thought the match was better than I thought it was going to be a jobber match, honestly. I thought it was going to be over like 30 seconds, so good
Why
for
is
them.
he? So, guys, a little bit who know more about Zachary Wentz, why is he the internet darling? Did we miss something? The corkscrew move that he did that off the rope was pretty sweet. If you don't know about Zachary Wentz, YouTube him. He's amazing. Zachary Wentz is Desmond Xavier's tag team partner on the indie scene. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
really?
All
Why
right.
isn't that tonight?
There
Because
you go.
Desmond Xavier,
Second favorite wrestler on Impact now, Zachary Wentz,
except he's never there.
because he's teams up with his boy Desmond Xavier. But yeah, Zachary Wentz did well. I'm not sure if he's going to get more time on Impact. I hope so. Maybe team him up with Desmond Xavier. Why the hell? Why not? Beef up that tag division even more. And we're going to touch on that tag division here in a little bit for many reasons. But yeah, Zachary Wentz loses, and I'm not really sure what's next for him. But nice little showing for the kid. Let's see what else. We had the kind of background of Brian Cage, kind of gets you more familiar with him. Shows you how he's taken out Bobby Lashley.
Yeah,
And
he's the past and I'm the future. It's a little shot there.
Is it that impressive now that he's beaten Bobby Lashley?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. So pretty much hyping up his match next week against Phoenix. So that should be pretty good. Can't wait for that match. The Impact throwback moment of the night was AJ Styles' return to Impact Wrestling under his new heel persona.
Which was a good one. I like that version. I like that version of AJ, all dark and all black and all that was cool. I like that version. That's when he first brought out the calf killer, which in WWE it's the calf crusher, sorry. But yeah, the calf killer back in Impact Wrestling when he was using it there.
Let's go to the next exciting tag team match, which was
you didn't like. Oh come on! You didn't like this? You didn't like to see what were they called? I don't remember Kaz and Daniel's names were back. You like seeing them dressed up as
I don't watch their damn throwback moments. I don't. That's where I find myself doing other things, grabbing a drink, using the bathroom, doing other things before.
You almost think the show goes on. You know, if they're really running out of that much airtime, why not just cut the show to an hour then?
Well, shit. Why don't you just add more damn matches? Impact.
They can't. They don't got enough money to fill for that.
Shane, this was a fun moment. Yeah, no, it just wasn't feeling it. We got Desi Hit Squad taking on KM and Falaba. Falaba gets the win. So much for Desi Hit Squad, looking like it might be getting a push for the tag team championships. So now KM changes his ring attire. He's dressing up like Falaba. I'm not a fan of KM, but I will say the match wasn't bad. It was an entertaining match. I'm not a fan of KM at all. I'd rather, like I've said, I'd rather watch a dog take a shit in my backyard than watch KM wrestle a match. Seriously. But the match wasn't bad. The match wasn't bad. Go ahead, Dave, your thoughts.
It was basically comedy relief. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, and KM said last week on the Smoke Show, don't worry, we'll get there, guys. Try it Fala's way, and he did. And they try the good guy way type thing. And it worked, and they won.
Yeah, and I know I'm going out of order here, but I want to touch on another tag team because I'm very upset. And I'm going to try to hold back my anger because, the Street Profits got a win last week. I'm still okay. I'm still living off that high of the Street Profits winning.
Oh, wait, Tony, are you going to talk about the Eli Drake garage?
They have turned Trevor Lee and Caleb Conley to the fucking Miztourage. They have. They made them jokes. Trevor Lee is not a fucking joke. What the hell are they doing to my boy Trevor Lee? What is going on with Trevor Lee? They have him losing to a guy named Brendan Tidwell and Mr. Atlantis. These guys didn't even have theme music, and they're losing to jobbers. Why? Why, Impact? Why are you doing this to Trevor Lee? Is his contract up, everybody? Do I know something is something coming on there? But Eli Drake was on commentary. He's kind of like their Miz, and they're his dummies, basically. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at this. I mean, a former X Division champion. I mean, losing to, I don't know. I didn't remember these guys' names, but man.
Brandon Tidwell and Mr. Atlantis.
So is that like a play on Aquaman or something?
I don't know, man. But, Jesus Lord. Really? I don't complain too much about Impact, but that's something that really grinded my gears.
Really? You know what grinded my gears? Is seeing Grado on a pole. That grinded. I was like, no, stop. Too long.
Right. Speaking of that, we did get another smoke show. It wasn't much of a smoke show. It was kind of a little bit of a tidbit, which was with Grado. And pretty much how it happened was, I'm trying to get to the segment because I want to get it.
Don't worry, guys. Tony's going to put video up so you guys can see Grado on it. Whatever his name is.
It wants nothing to do with them. They're just trying to hang out with him, leading to some fun. But you can see the comparison, right? I'm not crazy for thinking that, right? That they are like the Miztourage in a way.
No, especially the segment in the back they did. We're dummies. Yeah, we're all dummies. Yeah, let's say dummy. I mean, it was weird.
Yeah, like that's the comparison I see. Like soon they're going to be called the C team or the A team, and they're going to fucking win the tag team titles. So we got Katarina talking to Grotto and Joe Hendry in the back. It's basically pissed off that they haven't really done much in Impact and that she didn't come to Impact to be treated like this. And Joe tells Grotto that slowly and steady wins the race and Grotto will win next time. He seemed happy about it, and then he followed through the smoke show. And that's when we saw our favorite of the show, Scarlett Bordeaux, who asked him why he seems so sad. She asked him to come on her show, and she will help him with all of his women problems. But first, Grotto danced on a pole for Scarlett. Scarlett said Grotto needed to be punished, and she spanked him as he twerked on the couch, causing him to flip over the furniture onto the floor. I'll love these segments as long as she's in. I mean, she could. I mean, these segments can be awful. Scott Steiner can go on there and do a goddamn math promo, and I will love it. I will love it. I mean, she can do no wrong.
Yeah, I mean, is there really much to complain about her? I mean, there isn't. I mean, everyone's was talking about it online, but yeah, I mean, side boob. There you go. I mean, that's what you basically.
We'll just say 5 stars. Let's just say 5 stars. That's all we got to say about that.
Or you could say 5 Eddie Edwards kendo sticks.
There you go, yeah. But I do not want to see Grotto's junk on my TV right now. I'll just say, thank goodness that fanny pack was in front of his junk, because if it wasn't, that could have been some bad news there. We had Kiera Hogan taking on Alicia. Alicia is the wife of Eddie Edwards. Match was all right, I guess. What's her name?
Alicia Edwards.
Alicia? How do you say it? Alicia? Yeah. Okay, Alicia. That's gonna have to take some getting used to. Alicia.
Alicia is the girl backstage.
All right. Yes, Alicia Edwards. Okay.
Alicia Edwards.
Alicia. Alicia. Golly, why am I having so much a problem saying her name? Anyways, the match was all right, but the real news was Ali after the match pretty much laying down the challenge to Su Young and Tessa Blanchard for next week for the Women's Knockout Championship. We all know the spoiler. They kind of ruined it, a week ago, I believe? It was last week where they announced that Tessa Blanchard did win the Knockouts Championship. So even though we do know the spoiler, it's still worth watching next week. I thought the promo was okay. Kind of showed a little bit of a different emotional side of Ali, I guess. But other than that, it's just kind of showing you that she's come a long way from being that silly, dorky, not really knowing how to wrestle Ali to the more mature, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm tired of your bullshit, Ali.
Yeah, some people might have been complaining about how her promo started and stuff, and I was looking at it like, okay, the reason she's going so slow like that, because this is personal to her. Like, you did this to Madison, which please stop saying Madison. I'm sick of hearing about her. But Madison, you did this to my best friend. The way she went slow with the promo at first, I was like, okay, I like it, because it's telling the story that she's upset about this, and that's why it's taking so long. And then she went and did the whole challenge to her. I guess she's in this match, like you said, it wasn't a bad match. I think it just went on too long because Alicia Edwards shouldn't be going toe-to-toe that long with someone who's still fairly new, but is still pretty darn good in the ring, I think.
Yeah, and Kiera Hogan, to me, should be, hopefully, after the Su Young and stuff gets done with, starts getting a little bit more of a, serious push. I think I wouldn't mind her being tired of Ali talking about Rosemary, Madison Rain, and Su Young. What about me? When is it going to be my time to get my title shot? My time to be in the spotlight? It's all, to me, it's got to happen soon that she snaps and
yeah, I don't see her.
It's all about Ali,
See, I don't see her snapping though, because to me that's her personality. It's that bubbly type / Bailey type personality where you're just always happy and all that crap. And she hasn't been there nearly up on this roster that long. So I just don't see it. To me, her and Ali are very similar. I think this is going to change Ali, which I hope it does even more when Rosemary finally comes back, because I want to see a redone feud, a redefined, there you go, there's a word, redefined feud between Rosemary and Ali, or Courtney Rush and Cherry Bomb. I would love to see that feud reopened in Impact.
Yeah, very true. I would love to know what sparks porn bots. I would love to know what sparks them damn porn bots to come in here. Jesus Christ. It seems like it's it's very few at the beginning of the show, and then once the show starts going and going and going, then you start seeing more and more and more. It just gets so goddamn annoying. I mean, it gets to the point where I don't even want to block it. Just because it takes too much of an effort to keep on going. I'll block about 40 people. Next, we had the Johnny Impact segment where they show him at a pool party, kind of talking about Congo Kong. And that's when we see Congo Kong try to attack Johnny Impact. Johnny Impact gets over on Congo Kong again, having Congo Kong fly into the pool. Your thoughts on this, Dave? And are you tired of this feud? I thought Johnny Impact and a microphone just don't mix.
To answer your question about the porn bots, I think it's when you get a good traction on viewerships, they pop in like that. I think it's automatic. That's what I think it is. When you have a good viewership going, that's when they pop in. But, yeah, I didn't really care about this. I mean, hey, if people don't know, Lucha Underground next week is the Royal Wedding on Lucha. It's going to be Taya Valkyrie and Johnny Mundo next week. I wonder if Miz and what's-his-face, Zack Ryder will show up to this one.
I mean, as long as Johnny Mundo, whatever, doesn't have a microphone, he'll be fine. Because when he's on a microphone, he sounds so goddamn corny. It's unbelievable. Unreal. Just be yourself, John Morrison. You might come off a little bit better.
Well, he
Did
can't
you
be.
enjoy that segment?
Not really. To me, this just reminded me of the Christian Cage and Abyss thing where he threw him in the pool at his house. I just didn't care about it.
Can we talk about old wrestling like with Mick Foley? You mean the good old days? That's long and gone. Sorry. No, he's Johnny Impact. He's still calling not in Lucha Underground.
He's Johnny Mundo.
Yeah, Johnny Mundo. In Impact, he's Johnny Impact. Yeah. Yeah, they thought long and hard when they made it Johnny's name in Impact. That's for sure.
I wish they would have let him use Johnny Mundo because I like that name.
Why not just making John Morrison? Does WWE own that name?
Yes, they've created it. That's why he can't be John Morrison.
Isn't that his Twitter handle, or am I?
Use it on. Yeah, it is. You can use it on Twitter, but you can't use it like on TV, because then copyright. Look at Jack Swagger. He isn't. It's like Jake Strong and him.
Adam Bomb, you're funny. He goes by his real name, some other promotions. Yeah, I see that. What's his real name? Johnny.
Oh, John. I can't even think of it. Someone's gonna say it in the chat now, but
who gives a fuck? That's what it is. Who gives a fuck? Next, we had a death happen on Impact.
Oh, God.
We saw someone die tonight, and kind of show you and kind of describe you the scene. We had LAX arrive in their neighborhood as Impact World Champions. While they brought respect back to the block, the OGs were shown in a car while they shot back to LAX hanging out, and Conan said when he hit King with a slapjack, it felt good. He also said he had a surprise in his car. So I'm like, okay, so they're gonna go to his car, the OGs are gonna pull up and they're gonna jump up. No, we didn't get that. I thought, oh, maybe our OGs are gonna come and they're gonna run over Conan. No, we didn't get that either. They went a step ahead, where there was family and all that around Conan and LAX, and there happened to be a little boy named Richie as well. So they gathered up the LAX, and they gathered up a couple of homies of theirs, and they gathered up little Richie with them as well, and they're walking to Conan's car, and that's when we see the OGs fly up in their car, and they didn't show it, of course, but they ran over little Richie. And I'm not sure if little Richie is dead or not, but let's just say he wasn't looking very good. So, your thoughts of little Richie and this whole LAX and OG segment?
Man, this is what I meant when I put it in our chat. Like, this is too far. I'm sorry. This is to have a kid get run down. I mean, come on, this is too far. If you wanted to, I thought Conan was going to get hit by a car or something. That's what I thought, or he's going to get jumped, like you said. But when they pan back and they see, I got something for you, Richie. Come on, I didn't forget about you. And then he just laid in the car like, Richie! And it's like, oh, why?
And it shows a panned up picture of all the guys' faces telling him, like, Richie, get up. Like, what am I watching, La Bamba? I mean, seriously, man. Like, what is going on that they thought that was going to be a good idea? Seriously. Not that I'm saying it's not a creative, thinking outside the box type of an idea, because no one's really going to expect a kid to get ran over on a wrestling show. But for God's sakes, make it a little bit more believable. Just have him laying in the middle of the road. No scuff marks, nothing. He's just laying there.
You want to see the kid bleeding?
Like, at least make it look a little bit more like he got roughed up. Like, that's all. That's all I'm asking. I don't expect the bone or something popping out of his skin, but I expect a little bit of. He looked like he was taking a nap in the middle of a street instead of, getting beat the shit out of or ran over. I must have missed it. I just thought it was silly. I thought it was a silly segment. They could have used Conan or someone else, but nope. They ran over little Richie.
You know what's gonna happen? This is obvious. I don't read spoilers, so I don't know. I'm just guessing, but They're gonna have a big match again, and Little Richie's gonna be the one to come out and cost the OGs the match for
Little
revenge.
Richie's gonna come down and hit him with slapjacks, right? And Little Richie's gonna be the new. He's gonna be, what's his name? What was the kid's name that teamed up with Braun Strowman? Nicholas. Nicholas is gonna be the new Nicholas.
And we all know this is coming. You know what else is coming?
6-man tag match. Little Richie and LAX taking on the OGs.
LAX's next title defense. This is what it's gonna be. This is for you, Little Richie. This is dedicated to you.
Yeah, they're gonna wear shirts with Little Richie's face on it and picture on it, and they're gonna put "Rest in Peace." And every match is gonna be dedicated to Little Richie. Oh man, they have so many options. Don Callis has with this, unreal, unbelievable. Oh, you're gonna hate King's promo in a few weeks? Okay, I'm interested to hear what I'm gonna hate about. But you know what's interesting, Dave? I was listening to 83 Weeks, not some pub here, cheap plug here, but I was listening to 83 Weeks, and it was the Conrad and Bischoff episode where they're listening or watching the last Nitro that was ever the last ever Nitro, and he talked about how he was in talks of another wrestling company. And do you know who the two commentators he was gonna have?
Tony Schiavone and somebody. Who's that?
No, the two commentators for his other wrestling show were going to be Joey Styles and Don Callis.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I was like, wow, that's an interesting little group of commentators. Yeah, he said he was gonna have Schiavone still around, but he wasn't gonna be on commentary. So interesting. Definitely gonna listen to
that he said before, and Tony Schiavone said this too, that there was gonna be, I don't know how true this was, but Bischoff could say he don't remember saying that or what, I don't know, but I did hear that someone said that he had a show that was going to be called, before it got canceled, coming up, and it was going to be on NBC or something like that, and it was going to be called Valentine's Day Massacre. St. Valentine's Day Massacre, the same name that the WE ended up going with for Austin and McMahon.
I have no idea. It could be true or not, but yeah, I just thought that was a little interesting listen when I was cutting the yard listening to the podcast, and he said that. I was like, wow, okay. Interesting indeed. Oh my God,
and
what happened?
This week is going to be good. You know, the one coming up this week looks good about Sting.
Yeah, there's going to be a Sting one this week, so that should be pretty interesting. But let's touch on the main event of Impact tonight. Don't forget, next week will be a huge show for Impact. They have Austin Aries and Killer Cross teaming up to take on Moose and Eddie Edwards. We have one title match. No, two title matches.
Oh.
Excuse me. We have Is there three? Just two that I know off the top of my head, which is the women's title and the X Division. I don't believe any other titles are on the line. If Adam Bomb or Bob Aruski or Ducks fan know, I don't think any other tag the tag titles no. So that's how a Mexican death match looks like. I was wrong. Yeah, that's not no death. Okay, is one needed a Mexican death match? Was it because they added pinatas?
I mean,
is that what they did? Is that they added pinatas to the mix, and that's what made it a Mexican death match? Because to me, and I'm not saying it wasn't a bad match, I expected it to be a little bit more brutal. Just a little bit more brutal. Not saying what they did wasn't. What's the
hardcore?
Yeah, hardcore. I guess it was hardcore, but I just felt like. I thought we would see kind of like fire, maybe, or even thumbtacks. Or,
do you think? I know we got Legos. I mean, what the
Legos,
fuck?
Yeah, I've never seen that before. And Legos hurt. Like if you've ever walked into your little kid's room and stepped on a fucking Lego barefooted, it hurts. No joke. Like that's a scream worthy hurt. You know, ooh, it hurts. Now. In a wrestling match, I'm sure it does, but it doesn't have that type of feel. They are worse than thumbtacks, I'm sure they are. But the thumbtacks bring that look that they're in your skin, they're bleeding. You can see the blood coming out from their arm or wherever they're stuck into. Like that's what it is. With the Legos, you know the pain, but you can't see the pain, you know? That's what makes the
I mean,
thumbtacks so awesome when they bring them
thumbtacks
out.
better. I'm sorry, no offense, all you Lego lovers. Sorry, but thumbtacks would have been way better. But if you want to go watch some Mexican death matches, go watch them and compare it to that. Hell, I even tweeted about this earlier. The match from Lucha Underground with Cage and Pentagon was more of a Mexican death match than this match was. Because that match, Pentagon was busted open. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, that match was nuts on that show, on Lucha Underground. Now, I'm not talking about Lucha, but I'm just saying compared to this, it was nowhere near as hardcore as that.
I just expected a lot more. Maybe because it was on regular TV, they couldn't go the full distance of how hardcore they probably really wanted to go. I just expected more. I expected blood. I expected chaos. Yeah, maybe they did overhype it a little bit. But I just felt like when you say Mexican death match, I'm thinking bats with barbed wire. I'm thinking this dude's going to bring out an axe, a chainsaw, like things that are going to fucking kill someone, hammer, stuff like that. Maybe they don't actually use them in the match, but at least it's freaking out there. I just thought the match was kind of, you bring out goddamn a pinata. So that's what makes it a Mexican death match. I mean, come on.
And it was really corny match because you kept bringing out these pinatas and stuff was inside of them and stuff. It was just stupid. I'm sorry. I know Adam Awesome or Adam Bomb, whatever his name is, is like trying to defend all this. So it's on network. It was on network TV. It was on some TV guide or like on Pop TV. And heck, you could say similar things to El Rey Network. It's still not regular TV, but it's a satellite channel that, yes, it's more of a guys network where they get away with more stuff, but still. I mean, even their barbed wire, let's not forget about that. That barbed wire match was nowhere near as brutal as they made it out to be.
Right, Speeds. Okay, Adam Paul, fair point. It's the same reason why their barbed wire massacre match was on Twitch, but they weren't able to do it. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair valid point.
That match was trash, so I'm sorry. Yes, it was a good match, the barbed wire match, but it was nowhere near what they're playing it out to be. It was nothing compared. There just wasn't.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect opportunity to say, hey, this match is – because they did the same thing with the barbed wire. It's too brutal. It's too violent for TV. This should have been too violent and brutal for TV. They should have played it off to where, hey, you want to see this Mexican death match? Well, they're telling us that this is too violent for the show on TV, so go up to our Twitch channel, and we're going to be airing it there, and you can watch it in full. And you had these guys absolutely murder each other. Obviously not really murder each other, but they go crazier than they did tonight. But I still think they did a pretty good job. It was still some brutal spots with the tables and the pile driver off the top ropes and to the table to get the win for Sami Callaghan was a nice touch. And like you said before the show started, I said this feud's got to be over, but you did mention that they're now 1-1. But I did thought that Pentagon said this will be their last meeting ever. Am I mistaken on that, chat, or did I miss something?
But no, I didn't. Even if he said it, I don't think it is now because now if Sami Callaghan won, he's gonna say, "I'm up. I beat you." I think it's gonna be something like that. So I think they gotta have another match.
I think they gotta have. Oh my god, I want to see these guys. Here's my question for you guys: what's next for Pentagon to do? What's next for Pentagon to do after Sami Callaghan? We've already had a world title run.
Not for Callaghan.
No, for Pentagon, excuse me. For Pentagon. After Sami Callaghan, what's next for Pentagon?
I'll tell you what I would love to see.
You have them team up with Phoenix, go after the titles?
No. After that match I seen tonight from last night, I want to see Pentagon versus freaking Cage.
Okay. All right. After this, maybe a heel turn? Okay. All right. Pentagon versus Killer Cross, I want to see. Okay. Yeah, that would be a good one. That would be a really good one. I'm just curious to see if they're going to start running out of things to do with Pentagon. That's the thing I'm worried about.
You know, my only problem with this match tonight, really, it would have no problem with it if they said, okay, it's Pentagon versus Sami Callaghan in a no disqualification match. And okay, that was a good no disqualification match, but they advertise it as a Mexican death match, first time ever on TV. And it's like, okay, this should be good. I'm excited for this match. And then, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of table spots. And don't get me wrong, the Cactus Jack piledriver from the top rope was amazing. It was. That's a dangerous spot to do, and it was cool to see. But man, you want to talk about a cool pile driver to see? Pentagon giving the Pentagon driver, the package pile driver, through like 5 chairs on Brian Cage. That was even cooler to see.
Oh, I might have to check that out. I just think the thing was, and it could just be Dave and I. To me, I feel like Impact overhyped it. When you throw in Deathmatch into the mix, you're thinking craziness is going to happen in the match. If they would have just said no DQ, this is going to be a hardcore match, yada, 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 then okay, this was a fine main event. I have no complaints. But you're thinking over the fucking top with these deathmatch gimmicks. And yeah, exactly, Speeds. That's the problem with gimmick matches. You got to watch the wording of some matches, because when you say death match, you're expecting all hell's gonna break loose. But disqualification, that was a pretty good solid disqualification match. I'll give it that. I've never seen Legos involved in a match before. I know it fucking hurts, so it's not like it's a laughable thing to see in a match. It just felt like there was stuff missing.
What match looked more crazy and more like a death match? This match tonight or the one from Slammiversary? I would say Slammiversary. I think Slammiversary one looked more like a death match than the one tonight.
Yeah, and probably Pop told him, they probably couldn't do too much on. But hey, for what it's worth, they're the more risque product right now compared to WWE. And we don't like to try to compare shows here, but they're the more risque product that you're going to see on TV. So, you're not going to see a death match on WWE or anything like that. So props to them for trying to be creative. Props to them for trying to get more eyes on the show. Because, if I came out to a person at work and I said, hey, this Thursday, there's going to be a fucking Mexican death match in a wrestling match, they'd be like, maybe I'll check it out. Fuck it. There's not really anything going on Thursday nights. Maybe I'll check out a fucking Mexican death match. Well, preseason right now, but
people are still watching it. If you look at the ratings, they're still watching them.
Oh, of course, but it's just, you say a Mexican death match, that might get some people's ears a perking, and they might check it out.
Here's my problem. Okay, hey, Pop, we're gonna say glory hole on TV. Okay, we're gonna have a guy dancing in his underwear on a pole. Oh, that's okay. Mexican death match. What can we do? Oh, you can't go too far. No. Yeah, Grado wasn't going too far enough for the censors, but I mean, we can't do too much hardcore stuff on TV. But Grado dancing in his underwear is fine.
Yeah, fair point. Maybe there's a certain line they can't cross. That is TV.
They crossed it with Grado tonight.
Yeah, that is. They came very close.
And Richie, come on, they let Richie go. Oh no, don't get too hard.
You can kill a kid. Yeah, you can kill a kid on TV. Yeah, man, he killed a kid tonight. What the hell? So, all right, Dave, what would you give the rating for Impact tonight?
It was definitely better than NXT. I would give it. I guess I'd give it a 3. I'm not gonna go over crazy. It was a good show, but it wasn't great. A little disappointed in the Mexican death match.
All right, I'll give it a 3 as well. And overall, I thought it was a pretty solid Impact. They've been delivering week after week. Yeah, some we're going to laugh and we're going to mention some of the silly bullshit that they've done. But for the most part, Impact was an enjoyable show. It was nothing that you can gripe about too much. They give it a 3 on Twitter. Okay, cool. Well, appreciate everybody giving us their ratings. Also, with the giveaway, everybody, a lot of people were kind of confused on the proper way of getting into this giveaway, because I shared the YouTube video and I said make sure you comment on the video. Well, a lot of people were commenting on the Twitter, not the YouTube. So I'm gonna give this giveaway to Sunday. give you guys one more chance because there's only like 8 people in this giveaway. And it's simple as just going to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, go to our SummerSlam post show, and just leave a comment. Babaruski did it. Speeds has done it. A couple of other people have done it. People that were in the chat room that night during SummerSlam are also in the giveaway. Just get in there, pop into the yeah, I got you, Matt's fan, as well. Just go in there, pop onto the YouTube video, just say hello, and if your screen name is different from your Periscope name, please tell me who you are because then I'll have no idea who the fuck you are. And I want to make sure that, you know, I give it to the right person and, you know, this we don't have any confusions or anything like this. All right, so remember, there's no show on Saturdays anymore. We are on live Sunday nights. We already got Alex confirmed to be on the show. Alex will be here with us on Sunday night. We're going to be shooting the shit with you guys, touching on all things wrestling and getting Alex feedback on what he thought of last week of wrestling as well. And then we will announce the giveaway. So you have tomorrow, and you have Saturday, and then all of Sunday to register for this giveaway. All you got to do is go on there and just say anything you want. And you'll get the Undertaker shirt, you'll get the Andre the Giant fleece blanket, and then you also will get the little Braun Strowman figure. Yes, he's going to give you another chance. Y'all can probably even make fake fucking YouTube accounts. Like, I'm fucking telling y'all how to cheat and win. You know, y'all can just do that and go on there and do the giveaway. It's free. It's our thank you for getting us over 900 followers on Periscope and over 50. Now we have up to 65 subscribers on YouTube. So really do appreciate everybody that has jumped up on the YouTube and hit that subscribe. Because what have I always said? If you don't want to see my ugly mug, go on to YouTube and all you see is the nice little logo of Get the Tables. You don't see me. You just see myself and Dave's little logo on the YouTube. What channel is Impact even on now? It's on Pop TV Network. Depends on if your cable provider picks it up. And on Spectrum, I'm not sure what it could be in other states, but on Spectrum, it's channel 174 or 75. I'm not sure what it is on DirecTV and other shows. So just Google it. All you got to do is Google it, and they'll tell you. That's how I found out when I first got it. So yes, we'll be live on Sundays. So another cheap plug. We have a Patreon account. Again, thank you to Speeds and Juanito for donating on our Patreon account. Hey, what's up, Shamaya Mills? What's going on there, dude? We have a Patreon account. If you go on there and donate either $1 or $5, you'll be in our giveaway at the end of August. You have less than a week, and you'll get into the giveaway for a WWE T-shirt. What's up, Brandon After? How you doing tonight, dude? Or if you drop into just a $1 or $5 tier, you'll be eligible to win the Young Bucks pop figurines. Brandon After, you'll be seeing them next week at All In. But yeah, Brandon, Young Bucks pop figurines. That's all you got to do. So go on there. Donate if you can. If not, these hearts and you guys participating in the show every day we're live is amazing. So
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. Don't forget it. Patreon, Patreon. Patreon. I'm having trouble putting the link on our profile on Periscope, but I'll figure it out. So yeah, Patreon one more time. Patreon. Our YouTube as well. Giveaway. Don't be confused. Do not comment on the Twitter tweet. You comment on the YouTube video, everybody. So I had like 5 people comment on the Twitter. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Go to the YouTube video, like it says in the Twitter and the tweet, and comment. That's all you have to do. So I'll tell you what to do, Brandon, after. Yes, sir.
So if I go to YouTube.com right now and go to Get the Tables and I comment at Bizarre1000 on Twitter, I'm going to be entered?
No, not you, Dave. You are sadly not eligible. It's only for people who are fans of the show, and we have such a nice community of people that I thought I would say, you know what? I don't really need these things. I would like to give it away to somebody. And the pop figurines, I feel like that goes an extra mile. out of my pocket, I guess. I'm not trying to say that I'm spending a lot for these giveaways, but why not
Oh,
make it
you
fun? If you want to come on into Patreon and donate, I'd appreciate it. And you'll have a chance to win something every month. That's my little goal is to, if you donate to us, I'll have a thank you right back to you. And not a lot of people will donate, so that gives you a chance of having a better chance of winning the giveaway. Thank you, Ducks Fan for Life. So I saw a couple of more people have commented on the video. A round of applause to you guys for listening. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And
Hey guys,
go ahead.
really quick, if they can help and donate to the Patreon account, maybe we can finally get those shirts out we've been talking about, trying to get out.
Yeah, the thing with the shirts is I can't find a credible guy to do them. The guy that I was trying to get him is a guy from the Catino clan, but he responds and then I don't hear from him, and then he responds and then I don't hear from him. So I just got to find someone else that is legit. The only thing that is kind of shitty is that he came up with the whole logo. So I got to try to keep in touch with him, or I'm going to have to come up with a whole new creative logo. So I got a guy in Houston that can do shirts for you. Okay, yeah. I'm going to have to hit you up. Teespring.com is a good option. A credible guy like Justin Credible, maybe a little bit more credible than him. A guy that can do good with shirts. I gotta find someone. Shirts will hopefully be on the way, but yeah, we want to do it like a Patreon where you donate and you have a chance to maybe be a co-host for the night on certain shows. Or I know a lot of people would love to come on our shoot the shit shows. I know a lot of people would like to come in and rant on me, talk shit to me. Bob Aruski, Red Sox fan, Adam Baum, just to name a few. But hey, y'all want to come on the show? We would always love to have people come on here, and I think that might be like a Patreon tier to do that. Thoughts on Sam Roberts? Don't really have a problem with the dude.
It looks like Richard Simmons.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't really have a problem with him. He hasn't done anything to have me like pissed off at Sam Roberts. He works hard, does what he does, and can't really hate on the dude that, you know. Big dog merch. Yeah, how about that, Dave? Roman Reigns passing John Cena in merch sales.
Oh, you want to know why? Because John Cena isn't there.
Or is it because of a certain group?
Yeah, probably more of that. But also, John Cena hasn't been on TV in months. So if John Cena was there next week, would John Cena be passing him?
Come on now. Come on now. Hey, Adam Baum, I would really appreciate that, dude. Message me tonight, and we can go into further details on that, if you don't mind. Yeah, passing John Cena. And speaking of John Cena,
Probably by a penny.
did you see that dude? That dude is fucking ripped.
John Cena?
Veins popping out of his body and fucking roadmap on his chest with veins. Did you see that shit? Dude is like, man.
Ducks fans should get kicked out of here for that.
What did he say? Street Profits will soon outsell. Oh, Ducks fan. Ducks fan knows what's up, man. I'm telling you, he knows what's up. Ducks fan knows what's up. High five to you, Ducks fan. I'm a Ducks fan now. Fuck the Sabres. I'm a Ducks fan now. No, high five on that, man. See,
fuck the Sabres. Wow. He said fuck the Buffalo Sabres.
I'm just playing. It was a joke. But yeah, Reigns passing up John Cena. See how long that lasts. But yeah, John Cena looking ripped as ever. To me, John Cena still looks different. It looks like his head has gotten smaller. Or is that just me? Like, look at the video. His head looks a lot smaller. I don't know if it's the haircut. It just looks weirder. The head don't match the body. Yes. That's it. It doesn't. It's just weird looking. I don't know if it's because of the video and he just got done working out, so he was all bulky and shit was popping out everywhere.
I don't really pay too much attention to Cena on the line. so I wouldn't know. I think the Sesame Street Murder is going to sell more tickets than the Street Profits ever will.
Wow. Okay, you need to calm the fuck down. All right. When the Street Profits are on the main roster and then the fucking tag team champions, we're gonna have a whole goddamn show dedicated to the Street Profits, and I'm gonna do my damnedest to get one of them on the show. I swear to God, that will be my goal if the Street Profits get called up and they win the tag team champions. The odds of that happening are probably 0, but I swear if it happens, boy, oh boy. Saw them handing out Street Profits merch at homeless shelter. Wow. Y'all are just wrong. Y'all are just wrong. What do the Street Profits do to you guys? Dave?
And no one wanted them. They said they really be
nobody wanted them. Have you ever been?
The homeless shelter didn't even want the shirts because they didn't want them. They gave them away.
You know, and speaking of shirts, WWE, how in the hell are you not going to have a Street Profits Cup? Really? WWE, a Street Profits Cup. Fucking ridiculous. Make me your merch guy, WWE. And you'd be making millions and more money if you had Street Profit Cups.
Yeah, pretty soon their new theme is going to be millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
No, don't even say that. Don't say that ever again. So again, don't forget we will be live on Sunday night. If you guys just ignore the negativity about the Street Profits, they're just haters. They're just haters, y'all. So yeah, at least a hat, right, Ducks fan?
Did they wear
a hat? A hat. Or some plush dolls of the Street Profits, right? Or some pop figurines of the some pop figurines of the Street Profits. Come on now. Instant sellouts. Instant sellouts right there. Talk about those would be a harder thing to grab than these Young Buck pops that you can get if you just go and donate to our Patreon for one simple dollar, or even better, there's a $5 tier. Patreon.com, Get the Tables Podcast. We should just start throwing cheap plugs like that, like the WWE Network used to do with $9.99. We should just do that. All right, so Sunday we will be live again. Special time, everybody knows it's not 10 Eastern anymore. It'll be an hour earlier. We'll be going out at 9 Eastern, shooting the shit with everybody, touching on everything, rumor-related, stuff that you guys kind of mentioned in here. Kind of go over a few things as well from Monday and on Tuesday night with Alex, because he hasn't really touched on what his thoughts on Monday Night Raw, SummerSlam, and SmackDown Live were. So I hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys have your popcorn ready, because Sunday night is going to be different. It's going to be a different show. I'm kind of worried about changing nights because Saturday nights has been very, very, very good to us. So moving to I appreciate that, Speeds, really do. I know you guys are just giving me a hard time. But Sunday's going to be interesting. The Saturdays have been really, really good to us. We really do good on Saturday nights in the time spot that we are. It's going to be a huge difference being on Sunday nights and then soon against football, because that could be the killer right there. So we do appreciate everybody coming in here and appreciate everybody showing support with the hearts, the super hearts, the sharing the broadcast on Twitter and on Periscope. Everybody who are new followers to the show, thank you very much. All right, Dave, it's time to wrap it up. I hope everybody has a great tomorrow, because tomorrow is what, everybody? It's Friday, so a lot of people are getting paid. A lot of people's last day of the work week for a lot of people. The weekend is coming up, and we want everybody to have a great and safe Friday evening and a great and safe Saturday evening if you're about maybe going out. Going to have a good time with the wife or some friends. Y'all have a safe. Don't drink and drive. Here, who am I? Am I your fucking father or something? Just, have a great and safe Friday and Saturday, because we want to see you all here Sunday night live, and we want to announce that giveaway with people who are here and not other places, if you know what I'm saying. So thank you, Speeds, for the nice compliments, and everybody with the nice comments tonight. I really appreciate everything you guys do. Also, follow us on Twitter Get the Tables Podcast on Twitter. Get the Tables, GETDA Tables, over on the Twitter account. And you can follow Dave at BIZZARR1000, or you can follow myself at Homie the Clown 24.
That's Homie Duck Clown.
Yeah, the Clown 24. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We'll be back Sunday night with the giveaway. Hope you guys can get in it. And again, also thank you everybody for the awesome YouTube backlash, man. Our last two videos on YouTube have been our most viewed videos since we've ever started doing them on YouTube. I think our SummerSlam video almost has 100 views, which is the most views we've ever gotten on a YouTube video. And our Raw and SmackDown Live post show got like 50-something. The most we've ever gotten. So thank you guys. We're starting to build more. It's getting a little bit more exciting. So it's very cool to see our YouTube video views go a little bit up more. So it's really cool. So thank you guys so much for the support. We hope you guys have a great Friday and a great Saturday, because we want to see you back here with us on Sunday. Thank you so very, very much. Oh, wait. I didn't do a fucking shout out. All right. B. Mike, Alice, Adam Downs, Jeffrey Cross, Truth and Loyalty, Ducks, Shamaya, JB, Brock No More Champ. Nice screen name. Jody Mania was in here. Spees was in here. Jeffrey Cross, Reezy. Everybody for the lovely support tonight. Thank you for sharing the broadcast as well. Y'all are fucking awesome. And we will see you guys on Sunday. Don't forget, go on that YouTube video and comment so y'all can get in on this giveaway. All right? Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your week.